Welcome to Knoxville, home of the Tennessee Volunteers, where the hymn of choice is good old... Balls will get us started with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So Missouri's offense will start this game off. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And, David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Unloads quickly. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. Dropping back, it's Horn. It's caught. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. They'll try to pop the draw. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. They got him to jump. The defense got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a first down. Defense. The offense moved, but it was because the defender jumped into the neutral zone, and the offense will pick up the 5. Now from inside the red zone. Zings it complete to the right. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Pulls it in. It's Johnson. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Quarterback on the keeper. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. Splits the uprights, it's good. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
I know one thing this head coach does every week is he challenges his guys to start fast. And it's so important today, playing on the road in this kind of environment. You saw a nice drive. They didn't get the touchdown they would have loved, but still, kicking that field goal and taking this early lead, that's a statement for the visiting team.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Volunteers offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And how about this matchup we'll see today between 2 tremendous tight ends, David?
I mean, 2 guys that are so fun to watch that really make defense hard. Like, how do you want to play this guy? We're going to see which defense can step up and try to stop these elite tight ends.
Yeah, it's not often that you say the tight end is the key to the offense's success. Both of these teams feel that way, though. So which of these 2 dudes can make the most plays today?
Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The give to the left side. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. They go to the draw. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And the Volunteers will bring the punt team onto the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Fair catch called for and made. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. And to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse, they'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Looking for a man. It's Horn. He's got his man. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. Missouri gets to the line quickly.
Defense is about learning the plays. Third down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
And they can't make the connection. And here comes the offense on second down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Inside the 45. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on first down. It's complete. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. It's complete to the right. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Johnson. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Missouri comes up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Missouri!
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. They're trailing by 10 to Virginia. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Gets it out fast. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Steps away. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Going to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The play action fake. Trying to get to him. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Release to the back. For the third straight play, the pass falls incomplete. The Volunteers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. The give to the lone running back. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. It's a draw. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Here comes the offense on first down. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. He's got his man.
For a little hitch route. Nice job getting the ball out of his hands quickly. Wide receiver, quarterback. Nice job being on the same page. Nice completion, nice catch.
Off the play fake. Throwing right. He makes a catch. Touchdown Tigers. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
17, Tennessee, 0.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Lewis. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out route. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. He's looking to throw it. They're bringing heat. Trying to make magic with his feet.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
And the ball's getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Lewis.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside, defense.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
They'll try the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Scrambling away. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
And this is what the offense knows they cannot do. They can't allow sacks. In their last game, they were sacked 5 times. Obviously lost that football game. And early in this one, they're having issues again, keeping their quarterback standing up straight.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Starting to feel a little pressure. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
In that 2nd down play, the defense, I think, was expecting pass. So you saw them come firing upfield. They use their speed. They use their athleticism. They win the one-on-ones, and they get a big-time sack.
It's still 3rd and goal. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board.
That means the score, Missouri 17, Tennessee 3.
So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. To the air, it's Horn. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. And off to Jones. How about keeping it on the ground on 3rd and long? He gets 9 on the play, and that brings up a 4th and 3. The defense calls the timeout. Their 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Coverage team down there to down the punt, and they'll spot it just inside the 45. 1st down here for the offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Snagged in the middle. It's White. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On 2nd down, wants to throw. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Has no choice but to throw it away, and it'll bring up 4th down. And no surprise to see the special teams, but you thought it might be the punter. Instead, here comes the field goal kicker. And it's no good. Guys, a missed field goal, and nothing changes. Still a 14-point game.
Missouri 17, Tennessee 3.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. The give to the back. And after that short game, they'll head to the locker room for halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful start to things in Knoxville here today. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas amidst the smoggy smoke there in Rocky Top.
Missouri will put a foot to it to start us in the second half. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. He's going to pass on second down. Finds a man on the right. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give. Runs through a tackle.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Working the middle. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. They'll throw it on first down. That's reeled in. It's Webb. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down. He's looking to throw. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a third down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And the holder will place it down on the left hash, a 47-yard try coming. That is no good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game.
17, Tennessee, 3.
Mizzou has it back, and the offense coming out on the field. After the miss on the 47-yard field goal attempt, they'll put it in play from their own 30-yard line. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Horn. Finds his tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The offense set for a first down play. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. Wide receiver shows motion. Using his legs, it's Lewis. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And the ball is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They'll go to the ground. And they finally ride him down at the 1-yard line. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Bully ball on 3rd and short. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points. Well, 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 somebody's been doing their box jumps.
You ain't lying. Getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Rutgers is currently working from behind, but how many times have we said that and then witnessed something special happen? This time of year, you just never know.
The give to the single back.
They're trailing by 10 to Oregon. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. Now on 2nd down after the good 1st down run. Motion from the offense. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Grabbed over the middle. It's Lewis. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains. That's the end of the quarter, and Missouri has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. The Vols have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's Webb. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Play action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Makes the grab. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. He's got it. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. And the Volunteers trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. He'll set up to throw. Now he's going to break the pocket. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown ball! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Ready to try the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And the extra point pulls them closer. It's 24-10. An 84-yard drive there. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
They'll try to run for it. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. This punt will be down just inside the 40-yard line. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. He'll start this drive firing. Quickly to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. It's caught downfield. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Finds the tight end. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9. After the short completion, let's see if they go back to the air. He'll just keep slinging it. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the 4th quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Pocket starts to collapse. Trying to make magic on the scramble. On the move at the 30. He's finally stopped, but a big play there with his speed as he moves those sticks. The Volunteers headed quickly to the line. From the red zone, looking for a space. Caught on the outside, it's Webb. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll go to the air. He's got it on the run. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Picked up some of what they needed on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Looking to the end zone. Caught close to the marker. It's White. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Tennessee. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
Getting set for the point after.
On for the extra point.
And the extra point is good as they close to within a touchdown, 24-17. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go.
Tennessee,
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. They'll throw it on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Jones.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
Coming after him. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be third down. Looking for a man. It's Horn. He finds his man. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And he slid through that attempt, and he's got room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. The defense burns their third and final timeout of the half. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Missouri! They're now in really good shape to get back into the win column as they extend the lead here late.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. Just about set to kick it away.
31, Tennessee, 17.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
They make the stop at the 41, but it's a 15-yard pickup, and they're rolling with a first down. Looking to move it through the air. Pulls it in. It's Lewis. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away. Ball at the 31. Third and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Deep shot for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down. A fresh set of downs after that fourth down conversion, but still the up-tempo as they get to the line quickly. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet.
if we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point draws them closer. It's 31-24. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Baylor proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Bears team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Well, after back-to-back losses, this team is really teetering on the edge of disaster.
They got to try to hold on to the positives, as hard as that is to do right now, having lost a couple back-to-back, because this team has good players, and they've got good schemes on both sides of the ball. Just things have not gone their way. They just need to make a few more plays to turn this thing around.
Yeah, and they can do it, and they will do it. Listen, you got to get the players right. You got to get those guys in there believing. This is part of what happens. You got to take a few lumps sometimes, take those losses. But this team's going to figure it out. You can tell they got the right stuff.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.